Partnerships are vital to our global outreach, enabling us to take the love and hope of Jesus Christ to those who need it most. Our Boots on the Ground Partnership Program physically ministers to those in desperate situations all over the world. The Israel Partnership furthers Kim's legacy of outreach to Israel and Jewish people worldwide. We invite you to become a partner today. Join us today and be part of a community that inspires hope, brings restoration to life, and often healing from the past. Together, we can make a difference, and we thank you for your ongoing support.
Shalom, shalom, Israel partners and Abraham friends, and welcome to our weekly report. We're recording on a Wednesday now, so it's a little bit early, but I want to give you an update about, again, the situation in Israel with the discussions and the negotiations concerning the release of the hostages that Israel has in Gaza. You know, the terror organization of Hamas on October 7th infiltrated into Israel and took away with them hundreds of hostages, and unfortunately only about 100 were released, and 130 hostages are still captured in Gaza. And there's a lot of talks, a lot of negotiations, mainly between United States, Egypt, Qatar, and with Hamas. Israel has already agreed to most of the demands of this terror organization, but Hamas are trying to actually benefit more from that situation, and they are asking and demanding for things that Israel cannot compromise. And unfortunately, the Americans, instead of putting more pressure on Hamas, they are putting more pressure on Israel. Recently, we started to hear that Joe Biden is publicly criticizing Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, also to the extent of really getting involved with the eternal political affairs in Israel by literally calling and inviting Benjamin Gantz, who is one of the opponents of Benjamin Netanyahu for the elections, inviting him to come to Washington, D.C. for talks, for negotiations. And then Gantz is going also to Britain today to meet with David Cameron, the foreign minister. So this is without, of course, the concession and the agreement of Benjamin Netanyahu. This is literally trying to infiltrate into the inner political arena in Israel and to influence the Israeli public to go against Benjamin Netanyahu, the elected Prime Minister of Israel. This is something that unprecedented, never been done. This week we heard that this is the first time in the history, actually in 20 years, that the popularity of Israel amongst Americans is on the lowest levels ever. And it has to do a lot about the approach of the American administration towards Israel. We are in a war, attacked by Hamas, attacked by Hezbollah in the north, attacked by the Houthis down in the south. And instead of getting a strong shoulder from the United States and the international community for a nation, a sovereign nation that is fighting terrorism, Israel is getting a cold shoulder and being facing demands that are impossible to fulfill. This is very tough. We really need your prayers. And I think that we also need to pray for you in the US and the West, because let me tell you one little thing that people are letting it go under the radar. You know that a lot of the freight and the ships in the Gulf of Persia and around the Red Sea are being attacked by the Houthis, the proxies of Iran, for a long time now. Just this week, we learned about a British ship that was sank down by missiles and C-to-C rockets and missiles that been launched by the Yemenites, by the Houthis, and is sinking down right now. And we find it very hard to believe that the West, America and England cannot really do much about it. Yes, they are retaliating and shooting here and shooting there, but I'm very, very concerned and very much afraid about the future of this world, because what are the Houthis? Maybe 60, 70,000 operatives. That's it. That's all they are. And they don't have any nuclear weapons, and they have a small army, and they're not so well equipped like the West. And America and Britain cannot really deal with this situation. And there is damages of billions and billions of dollars to the world trade, because almost 20% of the world trade is going through that area. What would happen if Iran, with millions of soldiers, would decide to attack? What would happen if Russia, with millions of soldiers? What would happen if China, with millions of soldiers, will see the weakness of the West? I mean, it's been already 3 months that the West, America, the greatest nation in the world, cannot defeat a small, tiny, little, stupid, neglectable army, militant operatives in Yemen, in the end of the world, 50, 60,000 operatives. What would happen if the situation would escalate and the opponents and the enemies of America will see this situation? What would be then? I'm very concerned, very worried. Maybe there's some global issues, maybe there's financial issues, because most of these ships are being insured by Lloyd's International, which is a British company, and they're making a lot of money now with the escalation of the premiums on all the insurance policies for these ships. There's a lot of issues there, but I'm very much afraid, I'm worried, because you don't speak the language of the Middle East. The Arab nations around us and the alliance between Russia, Iran, and China is watching how America is dealing with the Iraqi militias, how America is not really dealing with the Houthis, and they get a bigger appetite. So I warn you, Israel is the buffer, and if you don't stand together with us and defeat the enemies of Israel, it's going to knock on your door, but much, much stronger when Russia, China, and Iran will be involved. I'm sorry to be prophesying doom and gloom, but we need to pray, and we need a strong administration in the United States of America. So bye for now, and Shabbat Shalom from Dubai.
This week on Real Life, Real Faith, we are discussing the topic of pushing through pain. All of us go through it, and we want to talk to you about how to deal with that and how to get beyond it. So make sure you tune in and watch real-faith.tv.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our Goose Down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. You save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
We here at the House of Destiny are partnering with you to let our viewers, of course, know about your company. It's Beverly Hills Precious Metal.
Andrew, explain how that works.
So I'll walk you through it right now. So if you go to bh-pm.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see a form that you could fill out. And that form is very important in letting us know how we can help you. So you just put in your first name, last name, email address, phone number. There's a section that says, how did you hear about us? And in there, put Kim Clement. And then there's a portion where you could write a couple of notes down on the bottom. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, we'll contact you by phone call, and then we'll go over everything with you. This isn't a high pressure deal. We always recommend that if you feel uncomfortable, take a step back, pray about it. You will gain the answers that you need by doing that, and come back to us when you're comfortable.